Hello everyone, this is FOV. Here is the deal with FOV podcast. I hope you guys are all doing well. Couple of days ago, I made a video concerning this troublemaker Sowore with the Nigeria police saga. Initially, if I explained in the video, if you guys have not seen it, that a friend of mine sent me a clip of a video where Sowore was being harassed by the Nigerian police in a roadblock along an airport road. So I was very intrigued. In fact, I supported Sowore 100% on that video. And I just studied because this guy sent it to me. He always say, Sowore is my friend because I criticize him a lot. So when I saw the video, I was very impressed. In fact, I joined Sowore 100% that people should be standing up for their rights in Nigeria. So I really recommend him there in the video. But then I now heard that Sowore is being arrested and denied bail and all those news. And I said, arrest for what? Is it because of that video that I just saw that he put online criticizing the Nigeria police? Why will he be arrested for that? Well, he could be arrested because of infringing law enforcement anyway, but that's not the point. Come on. So, and I saw a clip a day later of Sowore explaining that he rejected a bail offer, which was a level 17 a civil servant and his passport confiscation. And I thought that the bail was excessive in my opinion, but well, that is up to the court discretion anyway. So, but my question was, what is he being arrested for or being detained for? Is it because of the video where he criticized the Nigeria police? Is that why? Which is not uncommon anyway. So then a day later, I saw him in another clip explaining that he's been released and for 10 million naira, things like that. But my question still remains that what he's been arrested for or be granted bail for. So at a point, I said, let me just go in and find out by myself. First of all, I wanted to see what is the charge he's being bailed or what is the charge he's being accused of. So I now find out that he was charged by the Nigeria police for stalking. And I said, well, stalking in Nigeria is a crime under Cyber Crime Act of 2015, which was signed by Jonathan. So I said, if he is accused of stalking, that is a crime. It's a felony in Nigeria to stalk people. And stalking is defined in the law by any electronic communication, including social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, X, YouTube, and many others that you use to harass and threaten somebody else. So I said, if that is the accusation, then the police, Nigeria police, have all the right to arrest him for stalking because he's breaking the Nigerian law. So I said, well, if that is the case, I have no problem with that. He was accused of stalking, which is he's breaking a criminal code in Nigeria, then he has to go to court and defend himself. So Then he came to the issue of the court granted bail. There's Justice Musa Liman, who was in charge of this case, and I said, well, the court has the jurisdiction over this case now, and is the court discretion to grant, to give the conditions of the bail. So if the court still is convinced that this person cannot come back to court when he's needed, then he has to put a restriction or a condition that can allow him to come to court. He can even deny the bail, because most of these Nigeria, mostly the troublemakers like Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu, if they are granted bail like that without no real restriction, they can just take corner, go Ghana, go Sierra Leone, travel out of the country. That's what most of them do. So it's now upon the court to make sure that he has a mechanism in place for the court to be able to see this person attend his hearing. So I said most of the conditions is all discretionary. So it's up to the court to do whatever, even though I see the condition, the big condition of a civil servant excessive, but that is up to the court. So it's just all in all his jurisdiction to put any big condition he sees fit. So then it now comes to I now come to the charges. The charges itself. This is a 17 charges laid against this guy because, and I said, for what? He said because he called the IGP Sowore Ogbetokun illegal. And I said, well, if he called him illegal, that's not a crime. That his own constitutional right to criticize anybody in government. And if he feels that Ogbetokun is illegal, he has every right in the Constitution to say so. That's what he believes. This is his freedom of speech. And for you to curtail it with this law, this cyber crime law, is really, violating his constitutional right, because Section 39 of the Constitution guarantees Sowore and everybody, all of us, the right to say whatever we feel, regardless of how it makes that person feel. That is our freedom of speech. So if Sowore called Ogbetokun illegal, that is not a crime. That is a criticism. It's a statement he believes. So, here again with the judiciary, that they are allowing these people, especially the law enforcement, to use a statutory law to violate constitutional right. So the judge is supposed to know that this law cannot withstand the Constitution under Section 39, which guarantees everybody, including Sowore, the right to freedom of speech. So, and this comes back to, still talking about this law. You know how stringent it is that law enforcement were really using it badly. And the court knew this. They were not able to call this law out that it violates our Constitution. he has to go to the ECOWAS Court of Justice to be able to do that. In fact, the ECOWAS Court of Justice were able to smack down this law, this Cybercrime Act, that it violates the citizens' constitutional right. It violates freedom of speech. In fact, the ECOWAS Court of Justice, ordered the Nigerian government to take down some of the outrageous words in this act, like insult and annoyance. Can you believe that this law says that if you annoy me or you insult me, I can accuse you of a criminal felony, that you should go to court. You know what that means? If you insult me or annoy me, you can go to prison for 3 years or pay a fine and pay a fine up to 7 million naira. That's what Sowore is facing right now, just for expressing his constitutional right, the right to express his opinion. And it's really sad that the Nigerian judiciary is allowing this illegality and violating our rights. It's really sad. So this brings me down to, but before I get there, Sowore in one of the clip I saw was just exaggerating, as he always does, saying that, even if Tinubu come to stand for him, he for not agree, and he himself, Tinubu was still somewhere in the state doing some senator where he was the head of Nigeria democracy leader. For in mind, for Sowore mind, this guy is just so exaggerating and funny. When you take yourself above what you are, people just kind of brush you away. I think that's what the problem with Sowore in Nigeria, that he thinks that he's higher, maybe he's 70%, whereas he's just only 30. He said he in his mind, he thinks that after a war, he's the one that is following. That's just all he believes. He doesn't know that he's just nothing. He has no weight in Nigeria. He has never actually done anything. He's just claiming that he did that, he did this as a student union leader in one university when in a protest. Doesn't make you a civil rights activist or people who fought for our independence or our democracy, So, or because you were publishing some article to support Buhari in your laptop somewhere in America, doesn't make you a renowned journalist and truth to power fighter. That is why Nigeria political elites doesn't take Sowore seriously. They know that he's joking. They know that he's an unserious person, that he's just looking for a position. If any party comes now and just give him something, you're just surprised how this guy go turn around. So this is not the kind of people we are looking for in Nigeria. We are looking for genuine people who want to teach, change people's mind. We're not looking for somebody that wants to be a president. Sowore is looking for a way to be a president and just gain his power, just like his friend Farotimi. These people are unserious people. I keep saying it. We are looking for somebody who has not just only the integrity, who has the vision, not to be a president, but to change mind, to change our mindset, to change the system, and bring the power back to we, the people. I'll give you an example. In America, for the past 2 decades, America political system were leaning to the left, if I would say extremely left. It was cemented when Obama change we can came in, and the whole thing, because the average traditional American people, that working men and women in America, were left aside. So the power became so corrupt that the normal people couldn't say anything until Donald Trump came around and said, no, take your power back from these lunatics, which they did. But as soon as they took that power back, this kebab knew that their power is shrinking and going away. They tried to use everything. The weaponization of the law enforcement agencies in Nigeria to quench these people that is going to take their power back. But because the system, the people have oriented themselves into that this power, we gave it to you, we can take it back. That belief and that consistency and that sacrifice made the come about of Trump 2.0. You see what happened in their last election. So that is no matter how powerful this kebab is, the law enforcement is, if the power belongs to the people. I'm sorry guys, I live very close to the airport, so here you go about the noise. So until you have that power back to the people, and we will say, we put you there and we can take you out, they will never fear us. They will never represent us. In fact, they will use us and put us in the ditch. So this is where I always say, and this is where I'm coming from. We have to look for leaders. It doesn't need to be one of these guys. It can be anybody that are willing to sacrifice, not to be a president, but to teach and orientate people and bring their power back to themselves. Once we have this power, if anybody know, even Officer Ogbetokun knew that if he is doing this, abusing his prosecutorial power, people are going to hold him accountable and he can be sacked. He would not do this. He will not. But he knew that nobody is going to talk to him except the people that put him there. So why do you think this guy will be saving the Nigeria people or serving the Nigeria people? No, because he knew that they are not the one that put him there. Why would he serve us? He's going to serve the people that put him there. So until we start putting our people there, no matter who you're going to put there or whatever law you're going to do, is going to be the same thing. So that is why my advocacy is always going to be, take the power back to the people. Then we will have our own constitution, the one we did by ourselves, the one we're going to do by ourselves, the one we come together to agree on our constitution and have it. And that one is the one we're going to be using daily. That one give us the power that we can elect and unelect. Until we have that, we are going nowhere. And if we are able to have the constitution that we the people define and follow it through, the constitution is just going to be simple. Everything is, we are going to return this country to a true federalization, whereby each state or each region have their own autonomy. Everything they can pay amount of tax to the federal government, but they have to use their own resources the way they deem fit, so that that power in Abuja will trickle down to the peripheries, where the local people will have their own power and use their own resources by themselves and the way they deem fit. Then we will now go, after we have our constitution, the first step, then we will now go to the election. We will now have a robust election meeting whereby the people will elect and unelect. There's no other way. Don't bring money. Don't bring money. Just come and say you want to apply in this position. Okay, you want to be a governor. Tell us what you can do for us. If we agree, we vote for you. You don't need to bring money. We will demonetize money. By the time you know that we're the one that put you there, even though you stay 4 years, we will recall you. If we see that you are not doing what we ask you to do, 4 months pass, 3 months, 6 months pass, we will recall you and you are out. When all this mechanism is played, you will see how people will behave. And again, because there is no money in the politics, it's only those that are truly willing and able to serve are the ones that will go into politics. Because we are going to do all the money regulation. You cannot earn more than this as a public servant. You cannot, from the president to the councillor, we will put all their prices. And if you are coming to power, you will declare what you have. You have 500,000, okay. And during your tenure in office, we pay you 200,000. When you are leaving, you give us your balance. Is 700. You have 500 before you came in. You have 200 during. So your money is 700,000. And we'll calculate it. That's it. If it pass, if your money can be 800,000, you tell us where the other 100,000 comes from. These are accountability that we will be able to put in place through this constitution, and we ourselves will monitor it. And as soon as we do that, then we'll now tackle the last option, which is corruption. In that constitution, we will put it, we go put them inside. Say, if we find any civil servant, any public servant, where he get corruption cases, if you are accused of corruption, yes, you go through all the legal process, defend all your right through the court and everything. If you are found guilty, you will face a death penalty. All corruption cases in a public service, from the president to the councillor. If you are accused of corruption and you are charged and prosecuted and found guilty for corruption, is death penalty. By the time and within 30 days of you being found guilty, you will go. By the time 1, 2, 3, 4, governor, ministers, ex-president, even local government chairman or even councillor, they are gone, death penalty. Then the next one no go steal us. So all these things is very easy to do. But first of all, we have to get our power back. Getting our power back is not fighting for Obi to be president, because these people, they are all the same. If Obi get there, he's going to do the same. He's even going to do worse than Tinubu. Look at what they're doing now. So everybody manipulate their way till they get what they want. As I said before, Rufa is working so hard now to be the next president after Tinubu. You see how he's playing all his moves, coming out from APC to PDP and Labour. He's putting his leg, one now in APC, one now in opposition. He's trying to see which way. By the way, why do you think he sided with Tinubu? Do you think he loved Tinubu that much, or because of his lie that regional rotation? That is bullshit. He's doing it for himself. He knew that if he worked with Tinubu and make Tinubu the president, you know that the next time the power is coming to the north. And because he side Tinubu, as an incumbent, Tinubu is going to side him to be president. He's just game. It's just game. But the problem with him now, he's a very smart man. And I honestly believe that the most likely person to be the next president after Tinubu is Erufai. This is why. He is very cunning, very smart, and the reason why a lot of the Northerners don't like him is that because he has smart almost everybody. But the problem with him now is the coalition in the North. You have Atiku there who refused to go. You have Tambuwa who think because he has PhD, that's a title for him to beat everybody else. And you have this Connie Erufai. So these three people, these three power in the North, it's very difficult for one to step up from the other. First of all, Atiku thinks that is now his right, as Tinubu says before the election, that is now his turn. So Atiku now believe that is now his turn. But the problem with Atiku is that Atiku have used all his political leverage already. He has consumed all his political power dynamics already, because first you already vice president, you contested as president, you contested another president, so it seems that you had your chances, so you should let somebody else try. If you do, so let somebody else try, because there are a lot of people waiting. That's for Atiku's problem right now in the North. Then for Tabuwa doesn't really, Tabuwa or Kwankwaso, two of them, they are almost the same. Yeah. So Tabuwa and Kwankwaso are almost the same. They don't really have commanding political leverage outside the North. And it's just even some caucus in the North. So their power doesn't spread beyond the middle belt. So it would be very difficult for Kwankwaso or Tabuwa to get anything from the south or the east, So that is their problem. Then it now comes down to my chief and maybe my former boss, because during the Buhari campaign, I work closely with him. So I know him very well. Yeah, so that's why I know his potentials. I know his tactics. I know his power, and I know what he can be able to do. And that's why I'm very confident that he's more likely around right now that he's the most likely person to come out from the North as the presidential candidate, regardless of the party, because you understand that Nigeria doesn't have political parties. They have just one party, which everybody just switch on and on. As I said in my last video, for you to have different parties, you need to have different ideological beliefs. Nigeria doesn't have any ideology. They just have belief to steal. And that's what everybody... So regardless of which party you are, it doesn't matter. It's the same. That's why it's very easy for people to just change party as you change your clothes. So, yeah. So, coming back to my real topic, which is how can we take our power back, is simple. As I said, We have to have a new constitution that will be defined by us, and we have to put all these mechanisms together so that we, the people, will be able to be doing our election by ourselves. We go vote by ourselves, we go write the result out by ourselves, and we go pronounce who win by ourselves. Only that will be able to tell whoever we vote, say, do this, you go do it. Do this, you go do it. If we not do it like that, we cannot tell anybody to do anything. No way. Because if Tinubu believed that we are the one that voted him in, when we are complaining, he will be scared. But he's not scared now because he knows we cannot do anything. So that is just how it is. Sowore and the likes, this is not the right way. You are advocating for yourself, for your position. If you really want to be second to Awolowo, as you claim, you have a long way to go. But if you really want to do it, you have to start building legacies that will last after you. You see what all these references are doing, Wake and the other. We are the people that can stop them. But we cannot stop them if the power is not with us. So how to get the power is to start training our mindset that these people, they are not our gods. These people, they are not our superior. They are the same person like me and you. In fact, most of us know more than they. Most of us are capable more than them. So we shouldn't be bowing down before them. We should stand and talk through to their power and say, hey, no, you can't do that. Just like this Ogbetokun, he is abusing the power we gave him. We gave him power to protect us. He's now using it for whoever criticizes him. Because somebody called you illegal, you now use the force of the Nigerian law to go after him, to quench him so that next time nobody else will, apart from maybe his friend that gave him 10 million or his own money, who else among Nigeria people on the street will have 10 million for bail? So you see all these things, people would not want to talk. They just say, no, I can't say anything. So they are using their power to quench people from voicing their rights so that we won't be able to question them when they steal billions and billions and billions and take their children to the UK and Canada and US and Australia to go and be paying hundreds of millions a year in school fees, while the rest of us, we cannot pay 30,000 naira in our own children's school fees. So you see, if people really want to stand up and start talking to the power, fighting for our democracy, we need to be realistic and fight it the right way. Sowore, if you want to stop saying that you are better than these people that are there, you are not. Until you start showing that you are not really, you're not interested in being in a Nigeria president, but you are interested in people having their power back, then we'll start to they follow you if you want people to follow you, since now you'll be second award, you know. So this is what it is, my people, and let me know what you think about this in the commentary, and I hope to see you soon in my next broadcast. Thanks. Have a good one.